So Jake Tapper has never been one of my favorite, mainstream media hosts. In fact, I've disagreed with him pretty vociferously a number of times over the years. But look, I got to give him his props on this one because I have been just pulling my hair out and screaming that the media needs to go back to basics when it comes to Trump. And you can't let him get away with anything, right? I'm at the point where I don't even know why they ever try to fucking interview him. He's going to lie like he breathes. So why subject your audience to that? Because the fact-checking segment that would happen after the interview would have to be longer than the interview itself, right? And that's tedious. But Jake Tapper here, this is a bit of a masterclass because one of the lies Trump has been saying relentlessly and getting away with it is, I stopped 8 wars. I stopped 8 wars. And it'll vary. Sometimes he goes as low as 6. Sometimes he goes as high as 9 or 10. Or he goes I have 9, but I'm working on 10. He'll say something like that. It changes by the day. And you're not going to be surprised to learn the actual number of wars that he stopped. And here is Jake Tapper breaking down for us in no uncertain terms what the reality of the situation is. Take a look.
These are the 8 wars that Trump claimed to have ended during his address to the United Nations this fall. Let's take a look at each one of them. Number 1, Cambodia and Thailand. This was a 5-day armed conflict that ended with a ceasefire agreement in July. Today, Thailand launched airstrikes against Cambodia. Thailand's army says the strikes were in retaliation for an attack that killed the Thai soldier. Number 2, the Democratic Republic of Congo and Rwanda. On Thursday, at the newly christened Donald J. Trump United States Institute of Peace, the president participated in a signing ceremony for a peace agreement with the presidents of both countries. That war has continued, however, in part because Thursday's deal was never signed by the leading rebel coalition that's actually doing most of the fighting. And just today, a bomb explosion killed more than 30 people in eastern Congo.
Can we just point out how insane that is? So he invited one side to sign a peace agreement, and literally the next day there was a bomb attack? Do you understand yet that it's literally all theatrics? It's literally all optics with this man. He used to, and I'm not kidding about this, he used to call a press conference and give a speech about how awesome his businesses are doing. And in one case, he did that literally a day before they filed for bankruptcy. He was talking about how amazing his business is and, everything's coming together. It's working out wonderfully. The very next day, they filed for bankruptcy. This is who this man is. It's all a show. It's all a show. It's all theatrics. It's all fake, which is why I pull my fucking hair out every time some dipshits out there fall for it. Everything's a head fake. Nothing is real.
And just today, a bomb explosion killed more than 30 people in eastern Congo. War number 3, Ethiopia and Egypt. This is not actually a war. It's a long-running diplomatic dispute about a major Ethiopian dam project on the Nile. War number 4, Serbia and Kosovo. This is another supposed war that didn't actually occur during Trump's presidency. Number 5, Israel and Hamas. The situation in Gaza right now is tenuous. Attacks there have continued since the October ceasefire deal.
Okay, Jake, let's be a little more specific. Israel has continued to murder Palestinians since that deal. This is where his bias comes out. He's way too pro-Israel. But yes, the peace deal was totally fucking fake because Israel is continually violating the deal. As many people have pointed out, when Israel signs on to a ceasefire, what they mean is, you cease, we fire.
6, Israel and Iran. This, too, was a truly hot war. Both countries launching missiles against each other for 12 days this June. Number 7.
So he starts the war, then he ends the war, and he goes, look at me, I've done an amazing thing. Oh my, it's like when he does tariffs on China, then China basically is like, okay, we'll just strangle your economy and fuck you over and screw your farmers. And then Trump goes, what if I remove the tariffs? And then he does, and they go, I'd save the day, solved the problem. You created the problem. Then you solve it. And by the way, just to be clear, the Iran thing is not over. You are out of your mind if you think it's over. It's not.
Number 7, India and Pakistan. This conflict heated up after a terrorist attack in April. It led to days of drone and missile strikes. The Indian government has denied that the U.S. played a role in negotiating the ceasefire.
Okay, but it wasn't just the Indian government. I believe at the day of, the Pakistani government said the same thing. Trump goes, I got peace between India and Pakistan. And then both governments come out and they're like, we didn't even talk to you. We didn't even talk to you. It's incredible. It's incredible, this man. It's ridiculous.
Fire. That's number 8, Armenia and Azerbaijan. It's a conflict that goes back decades.
Oh, this is the one. Didn't he fuck up? There was one of them where he literally didn't even get the names of the countries right. That he said, I got a peace deal between Azerbaijan. Like, he said something that was like, it wasn't the right countries. And he was bragging about getting a peace deal.
It's a conflict that goes back decades. In August, the leaders of Armenia and Azerbaijan met at the White House with President Trump. They signed a declaration to seek peace, but importantly, a final peace agreement has yet to happen.
So if you're keeping track, the actual number of wars that Trump stopped is literally 0. But it's worse than that, because not only is he not stopping wars, he is starting wars all over the place. He's been a fucking warmonger his entire time in office, even though half the time on the campaign trail, he always lied and pretended like he's the pro-peace candidate. I'm anti-war. I don't like, I was a beauty. When he talked about Iraq, he would say, that was a beauty, that one. It was a big fat mistake, he would say. But again, he's a liar. So just to remind you, this is the man who's on camera in 2015 on Fox and Friends. He said, it was 2015 or 2016, he said to them, we should, quote, take out the families of terrorists. Don't just kill the terrorists, quote, take out their families. Literally advocating for terrorism on live TV. That's what this man did. That's what this man did. The fact that his campaign wasn't over right then and there says everything. But the guy who said that also pretends like, I love peace. I want peace right after I murder your wife and kids. That's when I want peace. Same guy. He signed a pro-torture executive order. Very peaceful. He very peacefully signed that executive order. He pardoned a bunch of Blackwater war criminals who did the Nisour Square massacre, where they gunned down a whole bunch of innocent Iraqis. Trump's first military raid as president killed a young American girl. The raid was so risky that when they showed Obama the option to do it, Obama rejected it. Trump greenlit it as his first military act as president and killed a young American girl. So understand who this man is. This is on top of dropping the Moab on Afghanistan. This is on top of arming Saudi Arabia as they do a genocide in Yemen. And then when Congress tries to block us from sending weapons to Saudi Arabia anymore, he vetoes it to support his Saudi daddies who give him a tremendous amount of money. He ripped up the Iran agreement. They tried to coup Venezuela in the first term. Now they're trying to do regime change in the second term. He bombed Syria. He bombed Somalia. He's occupying Syria and stealing the oil. His words, not my words. There was a 330% increase in civilian deaths in Afghanistan under Donald Trump because he got rid of a lot of the rules of engagement and let our troops run wild and let them gun down civilians. Over a 400% increase in drone strikes compared to Barack Obama, who, by the way, was called the drone president. And that's to say nothing of course, right now, he's bombing fishing boats from Venezuela and Trinidad and Tobago and Colombia. They're plotting regime change in Venezuela. He's threatening Greenland and Panama and Canada and Mexico, and he's saying we should go back into Afghanistan. So tell me again, this is why I lose my fucking mind. Trump is the classic, like, you know, I want to have my cake and eat it too. I want to be everything to everybody all at once, which is why you get this thing where he says, I solved 8 wars, I brought peace. He wants to be known as like the great peacemaker. At the same time, they're literally murdering fishermen and showing the videos of it and bragging about it. It's insane. The cognitive dissonance. It's just like, I don't know how this guy sleeps at night. There's an empty void in this man's soul. He has no soul. He's like a demon. He's like a demon. So please shut the fuck up with your, oh, I brought peace. No, you didn't. You never did. You're totally fucking full of shit. And for the love of God, can you stop warmongering? Can you stop fucking being a fascist? Can you stop being an imperialist? Just fucking once. Like, it's enough already. And we're not even in there a year. And he's already out warmongering George W. Bush. It's enough. Hey, y'all, do me a favor and like and subscribe. It helps out big time in the algorithm. Click the bell as well for notifications when videos drop. And watch that video on screen right now. You know you want to.